Alright, hey Globalers, I guess it's time for my weekly Should You Poll. Now, I normally don't like calling my videos Should You Poll because too many people out there do it, but hey, too many people also do the reactionary YouTube thumbnails of like, oh my god, you'll never believe this, it increased my penis size by 28,000 inches or whatever. And we try and stay away from that here. So, global news. Global news is getting 2 new units this week. One free-ish, because you do technically still kind of put some resources into building them, and one who is definitely not free. So let's talk about those 2 units in fairly brief fashion. So first of all, let's talk about McLeod. McLeod is a wonderful little unit. He is actually quite strong. He actually has pretty great range, and he actually has some really nice synergy into the future. I have run him as a double gunner for a fair amount of time and had good resources because between Trick Lancer and this, his overall kit is just really good. As for I've used him in limited time Guild War. Him plus Alaya plus a tank like Agrius is almost perfect costed for limited guild time stuff and makes a generally really strong team. Or, you know, depending on the cost restrictions, if it was 250, you would fit like 100 costs in there. But I digress. Point is, with the access of great characters in the future for the Ice Element and the access of great ice vision cards in the future, this is an absolute solid unit, worth a build, quite like him, and I've been a pretty big fan of him, and I will continue to be for the future. Next up, let's talk about the real unit that's coming to Global this week, and one, as you can see, that I have been working on, and no, she's not quite all there yet. And when it comes to this recommendation, this is going to be the asterisk on this. She is a 100 cost dark unit, and I did not get her until later after her banner came out, so I didn't have a ton of resources. I've basically been slow farming her, and that's why you haven't heard me talk too much about Majin, Dark, Fina, whichever name you prefer. I don't really care. Point is that I do have her, and I'm trying to explain my general thoughts on it. On the JP side, except for really recent bonus things where it's like, hey, I'm trying to run an arena team, I need a bonus unit, maybe I cut this unit this week or whatnot. This right here is a good example of a pretty modern dark elemental team on JP. And here is a generally okay build. Not a great build, I don't feel like this is incredibly whaley, but it does give you a good idea of what this character is capable of. Big things about when she first came out on JP is she was able to counter Celeste because she is able to cancel Runic. She has a lot of good abilities in her kit that deal from anything from AoEs to specific damage. She has multi-hits. She has really good ways of messing with the enemy team, and she has been a really strong unit and a really difficult unit to fight against on the JP side for depending on whether you have her or whether you are fighting her. She's a great unit, she's a powerful unit, and for people who are dark elemental lovers, this is just a good get for your account. Whether or not you have the resources, maybe a different story, but overall, I am a pretty big fan of Dark Fina. She is a very powerful character, and I'd probably put her in the mage tier list above Mashari, the new version of Mashari, just because Dark Element is really better than the Earth Element, so that makes it a little bit more of an easier recommendation. But who is this unit for? Because McLeod's easy. McLeod is a free unit, everybody can get him, and everybody can build him. Either now or in the future. All you need to do is get his shards, and you could, just put him on, excuse the pun, ice for the time being and not worry too much about it. The Majin Fina is really much for people who are looking to strengthen their dark element, and this is a unit that strengthens your dark element. This is a great unit to go along with, classic Helena. If you've been kind of riding Helena and you maybe you didn't get Joker and you want something else. Well, this is great. Throw that on with a lot of different Dark Elemental characters. You know, of course, there's always the popular Little Leela. And you have a really, really great team that can just last for weeks through all the elemental shifting and have good matchups against a lot of good things. Dark Fina is really good and is a strong recommendation. As for her vision card, yeah, this is where a little bit of the recommendation slumps a bit. And since I don't have the vision card, just use your imaginations. Basically, it's a vision card that increases magic and dexterity up for dark types units across the party, missile attack resistance up across the party when it's fully maxed, and for a limited effect for the unit, area attack resistance and spirit piercing resistance. Or spirit piercing rate up. Dark Fina is a really good, really solid unit, and I have no complaints about her. Whether or not you want her is just your management of resources versus what you know versus what you don't know is coming up. As for my time with her as opposed to someone like Swimsuit Helena, because Swimsuit Helena is another mage unit that should theoretically be coming pretty quickly to global. If you are looking for a new mage unit, which one would I recommend? Providing that you know, hey, I have no thunder elemental stuff. Well, then go for Mash and Fina. Hey, I have no dark elemental stuff, which is weird, but it could happen. Well, then go for Swimsuit Helena. Hey, I have no thunder or dark. Well, you should really be looking somewhere else, and I don't know what you were looking for in this video. I think that Dark Helena is a really good unit and a really good partner as I magically shift into this one for Dark Fina. I have had no complaints of Dark Fina for a while. Her TMR gives a good boost for the unit that is equipped with decreasing activation time and magic attack up. And her kit is really nice with, you know, removing some nasty status effects for her, having really strong range, buffs for the party, as well as dispelling runic and dealing a fair amount of damage. She even has increased hit chance on some of her attacks, but she's not as sure hit as Swimsuit Helena. So for people who are looking for swims for that kind of thing, this isn't it. Scholar also offers some interesting chances for her to have potential healing. And what's that other thing? Or something else that I wanted to say about her? Oh yeah, her job level 25 is just auto revive with an increased AoE resistance when her HP is over 70%. That's pretty good too. She is a unit that you need to max to really get the most out of her, and she is a unit that is very strong. So my recommendation for her is generally a pull recommendation, especially if you're on the fence between and you're looking for a new mage unit and you're thinking between Swimsuit Helena, new Mashery, and last but not least, you know, if you're not pigeon-held to an element and you're really looking, this is a great unit to get your hands on. 4, 5, sure, and as a 100 cost unit. It won't necessarily be the easiest, but again, at that 2.5 anniversary globalers, you could have that banner that JP got, which could easily net you this unit. However, asterisk as always is it may not happen because global is, say it with me, say the Gumi line, a different game. Anyway, so that's my overview, my general advice. Hopefully it's helpful, and if not, well, then go check out some of the other fine content creators out there who can also give you a little more perspective. But from my JP perspective, I've gone up against enough Dark Finas to know that they're a headache to go up against in combination with other really strong Dark units, and that won't change into the future as a water ice main type guy. So anyway, thanks for watching, take care, and see you next time. Now, I guess, you know what, here's my bonus random thought. This is not related to Wotive at all. Before I did a whole bunch of recording today, I automatically just started singing, and their split level tree. And I was like, where did that music line come from? And then I remembered. Do you know? That's right. It's the Berenstein Bears TV show opening song. That apparently just came back into my head after many years of never thinking about that TV show. I know the books, but I didn't remember the TV show till today. Thanks for watching.